Alright, so we're back in. I'm sort of recording this episode and the one before it almost back to back, which usually I don't do, but I mean, they will probably be uploaded about a week apart as I usually do. And because I know that some people have said they enjoy the longer videos, I might actually go for 2 islands in this one video. So we'll try to do both of these, which strategically both of these are very important. This is going to give us the Mantis aircraft, which will then be the only sort of proper planes that we can build, since we don't have the capability to build the Albatross, and then this one will allow us to build the Bear. So both of these are going to be really critical for us. And what I wanted to check before, because last time we did actually go ahead and fit this one with bombs, but I wanted to check if we do still have some fuel tanks, because I seem to recall that at one point we built those rocket pods. Let's just have a look. Torpedo, external fuel tank. Oh yeah, we do have 8 of these. Let's fit some external fuel tanks instead, because it is good if we can maybe get this one to scout both islands at the same time, since we are planning on doing both in this episode. While I'm on that, because I was trying to figure out last time what is taking up so much weight, and the fuel tanks, okay, these are 5,000 each, so utilities are heavy, it seems. And it may be that because I've been building, these radars are 8,000 each. I'm starting to realize, observation camera, gimbal camera, 5,000 each. Okay, so I asked the question in the last episode, does having more ammunition and stuff on an aircraft impact its like handling or, you know, its fuel consumption and so on? I'm guessing no. If the difference between, if it is 5,000, I guess that's kilograms for a camera, but where are the bombs? Okay, heavy bomb is like 2,000. Fair enough, that's pretty big as well. This is 1,000. This is 500. Okay. So ammo doesn't seem to be that heavy, because it's just, it doesn't matter what size it is, it's just 1 kilogram. But when it comes to utilities, bombs, stuff like that, pretty heavy. Seal chassis, pretty heavy. Bear is going to be 20,000. So this is where we're really going to have to pay attention. How big is the Manta? 25,000. Which means that we can sort of fit one of those right now. But, okay, so if we have this outfitted now, the external fuel tanks, zoom out to about 2 kilograms, and we're 2 kilometers rather, and we'll do the scouting over here. Do want to be careful, not for this island, but as we said in the last episode as well, for this one. Oh wait, we're already attracting attention here that we probably don't want. And usually I think if it is if it's flickering like that, it means that it's spotted us. We want to have a look. Okay, we need to re-enable the weapons. It's right over there. Can we see it from where we are? So that should be off towards the left of the ship. Is it? Is that it? Let's try to zoom in a little bit more. That's a swordfish. I can't see what's over there. That's a problem for us. Again, now I've forgotten to look up the formula in terms of the timing, but we're just gonna guess here. I'm not seeing it firing at us yet. It's always an interesting episode when there's a swordfish involved. Let's look at the distance. So it's off to our left. It's about, that's about 10 kilometers out. Now last time we could do about 130 seconds, I think, for 10 kilometers. And that's what I'm going to try doing here as well. So what I mean by that, it's a 130-second delay, which is still what it's on, or activation delay. We'll put that down to 130. We will swing this around so that, and we're going to fire from the left side of the ship. Just like that, okay. And we'll load some torpedoes. Curious to see how much these torpedoes weigh as well. Okay, fire both of these torpedoes. And then we'll see how this works. Now, we found out something really interesting last time, which is that you can actually check where it is on the activation delay, which will help us with the next round of shots. So it may not be necessary for us to send up an aircraft again to take it out. But I just want to check something here real quick. On the weapons that we have, where are the torpedoes? So, standard torpedo is 1,000. That's 1,000. They're all 1,000, okay. So that does add up as well, I guess. Now, where we want to keep track of it is probably here. So that's at about 80 seconds left. We want to time it so that if it does fire those noisemakers, it doesn't actually end up doing much. But it is going to take a while for it to hit, and while that's going on, I want to start exploring here. Yeah, so we've got one seal over there, we've got another one over there. At least the visibility is good for a change. Got more. Should not be particularly hard to take out this island. It's been a while since we've had a one shield. Anything else? Anybody in the water? Not that I can see just yet. I don't want to keep this plane out here for any longer than it needs to be, so that I can move out to the next island. May as well just send ground units to take this out as well. Okay, so the noisemaker is out, and we have about 10 seconds left on this, which may not be enough. It's going to start tracking soon. It's going to track the wrong thing, the noisemaker. So 140 seconds would be better in this case. Let's just see what happens. I do think it's starting to track the noisemaker. Yeah, it is. This is gone. So up to 140 seconds, load 2 more torpedoes. Is it still more or less in the same location? No, it's shifted. This is where it gets tricky. It's just about over there. 140 seconds should do it. Send these off. Okay. It's always a bit risky to go and take out islands while we're dealing with something like a swordfish, because those are pretty lethal. If they get close to you, if they start firing, that could be a real problem. But as you can see, these are well clear. And another 10 seconds and it would have probably not been affected by the noisemaker. So we know for 10 kilometers, it's about a 140 second delay that we should be looking at. Is this one tracking back? Yes, it is. We're actually going to get one to hit here. Something else that might work is to send one off with 130 seconds and the other one with 140. In fact, maybe I can just send one more with 130 just in case those don't hit. Since we have plenty already. Yeah, I think we're going to take care of that first. But while that's going on, we'll have a quick look if there's anything that we've missed tagging here. Get this back to manual. I don't think it's going to matter too much if we did. Oh yeah, there is some. There's another one. And the reason I say that is because if we're taking this out of razor bills anyway, it means that we'll just look at what's shooting at us. Can't believe we're getting the mantis from this little island. But yeah, as I've said in the past, it doesn't really matter. You're not getting more reward just because you're taking on a tougher island. It's just a tougher island. You have to be strategic about what you're taking on. We're gonna send it over here. And I want to be really careful about getting too close to Duesa. I don't want to attract anything that I don't want to deal with. Something like this should work. Okay, how are we... have these started? Yeah, I think the timer's just run out and the noisemaker wasn't successful. So, okay, it's just released another one, which is a problem. Because that may be successful. We'll see. They do seem to be tracking. This one's still got 10 seconds left on it. It's not enough. Okay, so 140 seconds was the right call. Let's do this. We'll do 140 seconds. Load 2 more here. Just see if we are still on target. Not quite. So get it like there. And we'll do 140 seconds for one. And we'll do 150 seconds for the other one. Which may be too long again. But I'm just really reluctant to send up any aircraft to deal with this because it is so close to that island. And there's definitely going to be more stuff to deal with there. So while this is going on, let's do some recon. This island's quite a bit bigger. There should be some turrets here, I would think. There's one. Just gonna double check to make sure that's not anti-air, but it is a 2 shield island, so I doubt that it would be. It's just a gun, that's fine. Okay. Okay, it's sending up a mantis there. That's a petrol. I think there's another unit. Luckily, pretty soon we will have the ability to replace this albatross with a mantis at least, which was the problem before that we had. This is our last non-helicopter aircraft, I guess, the last plane. And we don't have any more. Okay, perfect. The lights are starting to come up on, which is always a big help. There's another one. Not all the units have their lights on yet. So we'll keep circling around for a bit. Let's just check on how we're doing. These are way off course. So one has 20 seconds, but I can't actually see where that ship's at right now. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing at this stage. Let's get out of the deep water here. So we want to be sort of just to the southwest of this island. We can park over there. We'll keep tagging units. Question is that ship gone because something... Did we take it out? Well, actually I can check. It should tell us over here. Vehicle destroyed, swordfish. And Manta. I don't know how we took out the Manta, but it's gone. So I'm assuming that means that we don't have to worry about that swordfish anymore. Did we get money for that? Enemy swordfish destroyed. Yeah, that must have been now. So I guess one of the torpedoes did end up tracking back and hitting it, which is great. Just see how far in we are. I just want to get into the shallow water. Actually, let's reposition slightly, because okay, so we're gonna disable the weapons, disable maintain heading. We go a little bit faster, then we can just sort of park to, instead of going to the southwest of the island, we'll just be to the west of the island. That's probably better. Not too worried, as long as we don't get, and actually while we're getting closer, we may as well get the first razor bill out. Just send that sort of over here. That will probably slow us down a bit because it takes power to use the lift. Not a whole lot, but it does have an impact. I'm tempted to continue my reconnaissance here, but I don't want to do it for too long because I don't want to crash the carrier into something. But let's just tag a few here. It's just so much more efficient at night, because the enemy conveniently lights itself up like a Christmas tree by switching on the lights. I'm not complaining, by the way. It does get frustrating to try and find all the units sometimes. And I do want to experiment with the radar a bit more. The AWACS radar, I haven't used that yet, and I'm really curious to see how that works once we get that up and running, which should be quite soon. Okay, that's enough for now. We'll do one more sweep, but I just want to make sure that I don't crash here, as I said. Okay, the razor bill's up. Doesn't look like we're going to hit anything yet. We're still far enough out that it shouldn't matter, but so we'll just turn the ship to face sort of towards the north, so that we're ready to get going as soon as we go over to capture that island. So we'll maintain heading here, and we can probably stop it right over here. Get the power back on. Okay, so let's continue the reconnaissance for now. See if there's anything else that we've missed. It does look like we've done a reasonably thorough job here, tagging everything. And this is the one, this is the island that's going to give us the bear. Which will give us access to much bigger cannons. Will give us access to the artillery that we want. So this is just going to be really useful all around. But I think this is fine for now, so I want to do two things. I think first off, I want to get another razor bill up. We'll just park that off here somewhere. And then I want to bring this albatross back as well. And hopefully it won't come into the pattern before the razor bill's up. That's actually why I'm sending the razor bill out now. Just trying to save time here. Okay, now I'm a little bit confused as to where this thing is. Is that the closest island? I believe it is. So we're going to go full power. Hopefully this one razor bill will be enough to take out this small island. I could send out the virus bots already, but I'm thinking I'm not going to do that, because if some of these ground units do decide to go out into the water and hunt it down, then it's probably better for it to not be there. So now we'll get a sense of if I've done a good job tagging all of these, and I haven't, because I can see some units at the back here. So we'll go for those first. Need to drop some altitude. A little bit high to be taking these out. Are they in the water, or is that a different part of the island? Maybe it's just a different part of the island. Once they start firing at me, that's usually my signal that I can start firing at them as well. Oh no, I could already start firing, so it's gone. Come on, okay. We're gonna crash. This is bad. Okay, it's the first time that's happened to me. I've gotten very close to doing that a number of times. Let's just go see, because the razor bills are important for the lower tier islands. Do I have extras? Let's just see. Yes, I do. So get these loaded up with autocannons. Not going to bother with the countermeasures. I hardly ever use them. Okay, I think I may have taken one of the other slots here, but that's okay. We'll just keep the razor bills there. Get the other one going. That was a bit silly. Okay. Manual control. And just need to orientate myself again. If I can see... Is that my carrier? I hope that's my carrier. If it's not, we could have a much bigger issue here than I thought. I think I sent this out a little bit further because I thought that it would immediately go to the second island, but that's not going to be the case anymore. I'm trying to move fast here. I've been a little bit careless, so... Gaining too much altitude. What I want is speed, not altitude. Just don't want to make the same mistake where I cut the power by so much that I can't get it off the floor in time. Come on. Okay, a little bit more power still. There's a bunch of units here sort of grouped together. So I'm just going to kind of unload. And we're about to crash again, but this time I caught it in time. There we go. The razor bills are extremely effective with the autocannons, as I've said multiple times, but you do need to be careful. It is easy to crash. Okay, that was a good run. 2 units here as well, close together. That really helps us. I'm really hoping that with the like 144 rounds that I have in each of these cannons left, I can take care of the remaining units. Otherwise we'll need to send out another one, which will take a lot longer. Okay, that seems to be all of them. But I think there was a little small island off the coast of this island. Now, unless those units made their way over here, it might be okay. Since I still have plenty of fuel, I may just have this hang around a bit. The only problem is I don't think that this will automatically engage units. So... Alternatively, I can send it over to the other island and just use it to get some hits in there. But it doesn't have a whole lot of ammo left, so I think I should probably just recall this. We'll just send it off to the side for now. We'll get this unit out to do the pickup of the seal. Should I just send out the seal for now? Maybe that's better, because we're not that far away. And this is a pretty simple island for it to just get onto. Since I am doing that then, maybe I can get like a bit of an escort going. So we'll send out another seal unit just in case. To protect it in case it runs into some hostile unit that we've missed. And then I can probably start moving on the carrier to take out the next island. So, I mean, kind of, if I can kind of get to the southeast of this island, that should be a good position to be in. I'll leave this razor bill up for now. In fact, let me get one of these other ones up as well. Let's put it like over here, because that can be used to support this other island assault. How much fuel? About 52%, so I can still leave it out there for a while. It'll burn through that relatively quickly, I think. Okay, let's get going then. Since we still have the weapon systems enabled, I shouldn't be going too fast. Let's see how we're doing on weight. 90%, so we're freeing up a little bit of weight. This is all stuff that you just sort of get used to as you're playing the game. Like, initially I had no idea of like how much is 5,000 really, and you know, how much are you going to load of different types of ammo, but now I'm sort of getting a sense. And like, bombs are really powerful, but they're really heavy, so that's something to keep in mind. Okay, this razor bill's about to go up, but we're moving quite slowly, so it's fine. It shouldn't crash. We'll just keep going here for a bit. Okay. We're gonna use this one and just turn back, because if that's where the carrier is, we're just gonna do one more sweep and make sure that we're not missing anything here. And then as soon as the seal gets close enough, I'll probably get the petrol to pick it up. I wonder, do we have another petrol? Because it would also not be great if we lost that unit, given that we are sort of dependent on it now to do quick island assaults. But on the other hand, I think these are probably going to be the last two islands that we need to take. I mean, I guess there's a give and take there as well, where we can decide if it makes more sense to have more islands just for the credits that you can get. But right now, I think we've got everything unlocked that we may need to do the carrier assault. And I'm saying that with complete ignorance, knowing that I don't really know what it takes to do that in the first place. Let's have a look if... what else do we have here? Oh, we do have two more of these actually. So we are gonna fit this one with a camera. I'm not putting any weapons on it for now. Maybe this will just be like a sky crane effectively. And I mean, what other weapons would we put on this really? Maybe, I mean, I could outfit another one with torpedoes. I'm just aware that if I lose it, then I lose whatever torpedoes is on it as well. Okay, this razor bill, sorry, not the one that's coming into land, this one, should move closer to magma. What is this? That's some amphibious unit. Are we still in shallow waters here? Okay, this is probably as close as we need to be for now. I don't want to attract all of these units out into the water. That's just going to make my life harder. Just double check if we can't see any ships here either. Doesn't look like it. Okay, I think that razor bill's landing. I have no idea why this particular unit decided to come this far out, like make it all the way, almost like halfway through. Do we have weapons enabled? Yes, we do. Oh, is this an air unit? Could be. I thought that it wasn't, but turns out it probably is. Let's have a look through this scope. Oh, there it goes. Nice explosion. I think that's it. Awesome. Okay, so we've taken care of the air unit. Let's go and take control of our razor bill here. Definitely going to need more than one to clean up this whole island. So, since that is the case, just get the other one out. Put it over there somewhere. Okay, manual control, enable the autocannons, and this should be fun. This should be a good payday as well. All these units, no air defenses on this island. I must remember to have a look once we're done here at just how much money we currently have. I think it might be best to first go for all of those units that are sort of close together, and there are some turrets there as well. Let's see if I can hit it from here. I think so. Yeah, nice. We don't have to be too careful of the ammunition since we have a second one coming anyway. Usually the reason why I tend to be a bit frugal with the ammunition is just because I don't want to do multiple trips in cases where it isn't necessary, but I think here it is definitely going to be necessary. There's the turret. These can be a real pain if you don't have air units to take them out, or if your seal encounters this, especially if it's the one with the virus bots. It'll probably take it out. I mean, the turret will take out your seal, not the other way around, so that's something you want to keep an eye on. Okay, we've got about 240 rounds left out of the 400. We did take a fair amount of damage, so we need to be careful. These aren't anti-air units, but they can still hit you. And this one's already firing on us. Take it out. I don't want to lose more razor bills. Oh, there's a unit I didn't tag. Okay, it's gone. These ones appear to be in the water. Let's see what we can do. Oh, it's not completely in the water. That helps. Okay, they're gone. About 70 rounds left. Let's see, is there anything shooting at us? Just gonna fly back over and see what I can hit on the way back. It is a bit of a trade-off, like if you're at a lower altitude it's much easier to hit them, but of course it's also much easier for them to hit you. This one is in the water, makes things more difficult. Okay, I'm gonna leave it for now, we only have 32 rounds, I'm gonna spend them on this one which is on land. It's much easier to hit. Then we'll just fire a couple of rounds in there and make our way back. I just want to get away from the island before, I mean the HP is quite low. I think it will just take 1 or 2 more rounds for them to actually take this razor bill out. So we'll send it back and we'll take control of this one instead. I'm wondering now if we'll need a third. Probably not. I mean, there aren't that many units left. It's more a case of the ones in the water can be difficult to take out. And this is, I guess, very important for your strategy. If you do play PvP, keep your units in the water, because you're really making it a lot easier for your opponent to take them out if they're going to be on land somewhere. Which, to be fair, you never really put units out on land unless you're going in for the capture, so... Let's see, can we start firing on these? Yeah, just about. That one behind a rock? Can't quite tell. Oh, there's another one next to it, which I didn't tag. That's behind the rock now. Where is it? There it is. Perfect. That one seems to be in the trees somewhere. Okay, it's gone. I think there was another unit somewhere on this side. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. Whoa. Is that... I'm not sure what's happening here. Is that like an air unit that's... I may need to go and figure out what that is. I hope those aren't ships that's approaching my carrier, because we could be in serious trouble if that's what's happening here. Let's see. Not seeing the air warning. That's even more alarming. Okay, no, that is... I have no idea what was around my carrier, but I'm not seeing any ships, and it's really the swordfish that I'm worried about. If those get too close to your ship, they can very quickly end your run. And so I just needed to check that. Where is this other ground unit? Or amphibious units, I guess. There was definitely one here. There's not much point in me selling it to go and take it down, because as we've seen, the AI is just really bad at doing that. Okay, we'll leave it for now. Oh, but it's right here. How am I not seeing it? Let's try this again. It may be that it's... Oh, there's an incoming missile. I do not have countermeasures on this thing. Oh, there it is. I just spotted it. Re-enable the cannons. I'm just gonna fire at it from here. There we go. Took it out. Okay then. I think this island is mostly secure. We bring this razor bill back. These guys seem to be safe. So... Okay, we're gonna send out one patrol over there. This seal can then come back. Hopefully it'll make it in a reasonable amount of time. And this one, because it's carrying the virus bots, I'll probably want it to come back a bit faster. We're going to have to do Mantis production here anyway, as soon as these virus bots have done their job. So just leave them here. It should be fairly easy to do a pickup on this island. So we're just going to drive a little bit away from the building and leave it over here. And so that's starting. Now the other thing that we'll need is to get a barge out here. So we'll leave this one barge up where it is, because I may need that for supplies at some point. But then this one, I want to give it a waypoint to come like directly next to this island, actually, just over there. Because we're going to start production of a Mantis here quite soon. Probably won't do multiple. Oh, we've got about 20,000. We've got plenty of cash. Really in a strong position now. We just want to unlock this surface chassis as well. So let's see. Okay, this petrol's out. So if it's going over there, we can just ask it to do the pickup as well. I wonder if there's anything else still lurking around here. I think when I go in for this capture, probably... It's too bad this petrol can't bring the virus bots straight back because it needs to rearm first. But what I could do, since I have more... These virus bots are quite heavy. Let's just take S3 and outfit that with virus bots. That'll be faster, probably. Vehicle destroyed, Albatross. Oh, but it's not ours. Unlocked one blueprint. Yeah, so we know which one. We've just unlocked the Mantis. Perfect. Been wanting one of these for a long time, so let's see how much it's going to cost us to build one of them. It's over here. Oh, Manta, rather. I kept saying Mantis. It's quite heavy. It's not that expensive, so maybe I can build one and leave the other on this island, just in case I need a backup, because I don't know if I want to take on 50,000 weight. Maybe I do, actually. It would be useful to have 2 planes. Well, technically now I'll have 3. But let's see how much we have left. Yeah, I guess we can afford to do that right now. I just need to be very strategic about what we're actually taking onto this ship. But having 2 of these Manta chassis is worth it, I think. So we're going to get these loaded. The barge is on its way over here. We may even just tell it to go ahead and do the load there. Then get back. And my guess is at this stage we're ready to get the other seal out as well. So I'm just gonna let that do a little bit like a short distance. What's going on here? Has this petrol done the pickup? I think it has. So it can come back. You can send the other one out over here. It feels kind of pointless to have torpedoes loaded on the other one if I know that there's no chance that I'm going to use it going on this side, but I mean, I don't want to every time change the loadout either. So once we get magma, we'll produce probably, well, we'll need to produce a couple of bear units, but then the other question is, given how close we are to the weight limit here, how much do those actually weigh? I'm assuming they have to be huge. 20,000 each. That is a lot. So we can probably produce like 2 of these as well. How does it compare to the seal? This is 10,000. So I think in that case it's best to just not build the seal units. We probably have more than we need right now. How many do we have in reserve? Just like 1. Okay, it's not too bad. It may have been a good idea to give that petrol something else to defend itself in case when we go and take magma, I don't want to be in a position where it gets shot down because I missed 1 or 2 units, and that's entirely possible that that's the case. What's going on deck? Let me just see, is something coming in or going out? I can hear something. Oh, this is the one with the unit. I've never actually seen how they land when it's got the unit on it. Or underneath it. It's a good thing there aren't people in that. I imagine that'll be pretty uncomfortable. Is it just gonna drop it behind it? I guess so. Anyway, while that's coming in, we are just gonna go and put an order for another razor bull to go up because I might need it to defend these other units. So we'll send this one. Send it out over there. That might take a while to actually happen since this one's busy landing. I think this is just going to disappear into the ship. Yes. I mean, I suppose they could have made it so that it just drops it behind and it drives in, but they probably thought this is simpler. I don't really care. I'll forgive the game for that. So this will have to go down first before the other one can come back up. And do we have... This one's out already. That's good. I don't want to send this to pick up the seal right now because if I do that, it's going to... Wait a second. What's going on here? Okay, no, that's fine. Actually, can I just cancel this order somehow? Come on. I don't want it to go anywhere. I just want it to stay in one spot. Well, let's just put an order very close to it like that. Okay, perfect. Now I can ask this one to pick it up. Problem is, if it's moving somewhere, then it won't be able to pick it up. Okay, this seal unit is going to make it back in time. Where's the barge? It's still on the way over here. Let's see how the production of the Manta is going. I think this is the second one. Yeah, no. Actually, it's still on the first one. Hopefully it will have the second one built in time. Let's look at the overall strategic view here. Okay. Wow, this is interesting. So I'm pretty sure the next episode we are going to be fighting the enemy carrier because this island was not taken before, and if it's taken this island, it might be right on the other side of magma. We may already see it here. This is pretty alarming. So we should keep our carrier where it is, and then we are probably going to need to do a little bit of scouting, and hopefully we've got what we need to take it on. I mean, I think we do. We've got, well, pretty soon, I don't know if we'll have time to actually build the bear units, which is a shame, but we've got plenty of ammo, we've got bombs, we've got a lot of torpedoes, like 74 torpedoes. If we can't take it out of that amount, then, I mean, we'll be dead long before it gets to that. Has this pickup happened yet? Yes. So, okay. We're still waiting for the razor bull to come. But to be fair, we probably won't know it's an issue before. Just drop it over here. Again, a little bit higher to deploy vehicle. And hopefully we don't encounter anything else. And it'll have to come straight back. So I'm trying to think, like, are we up to episode 14 now? So it's entirely possible that episode 15 is going to be the last one in the series. Which, I wouldn't have minded if this went on even longer. I'm perfectly fine to do more islands. I'm still having a blast with this game. But it is going to be interesting to do the carrier encounter. Okay, so that is going on. Oh, we do have the razor bull. Great. That means I can actually just take direct control. Let's unlock the weapons, and I'm going to follow. I think that is my petrol over there. So if you're just sort of watching to the left of the display here, you should see it. And what I'm going to be looking for is just to see if any fire is coming from the island, to make sure that this unit is protected. Hold on a second. Sorry, I'm super paranoid now. I just saw the runway lights and I thought that that might be the enemy carrier, but that's too close to the land. I think that's just the runway. But those lights on the other side, I don't know what that is. The thing is, that island over there was just captured by the enemy, which means that the carrier must be around here somewhere. It could even be some of those lights that we're seeing off in the distance. Okay, we seem to be stalling. I don't know why it's saying that, because it seems pretty stable to me. Yeah, okay, so that is just a runway, thankfully. But, okay, let's just cut the power completely, drop a bit of altitude here. Let's just have a look around. What's that? There's like a blinking light over there. I don't remember seeing those in the past. But yeah, I'm going to be paranoid now. We do not want to get caught off guard by this carrier. Okay, let's just park this razor bull here. Where's the seal with the virus parts? Okay, there we go. Get close. Luckily there aren't too many trees around, so this should be pretty by the numbers. Just drop it here, and then we'll drive back out to the clearing to get the pickup done. So to do it, so just get the... So to do the pickup, you have to first give it another waypoint. So it's going to do the pickup. Now, since we don't have any other resistance, we can send this razor bull back. Oh, the barge has made it over here. Let's see if we've got both Mantis or Manta planes on board. I don't think we would. Oh no, we do. So made it just in time. If we look over here, Manta chassis +2. Alright, so we will just equip them on here. Both of them can take these radar systems. Now the question is, do I want to put bombs on these, or do I want... Let's just put everything. We put the gimbal camera, we put countermeasures. I do think we're probably going to use bombs on these, because I can already use the petrol to do the torpedoes, and it's pretty good at that. So we're just going to go for the heavy bombs, because this is very clear its purpose now. We're going to fight the enemy carrier. We just need to figure out where it is. And so that's fine. This is a big step forward for us. And do we have this other one coming in? Razor bull, yes. That's good. Is the pickup done? Not yet. I don't know why sometimes it's so hard for it to do the pickup. Looks like we have successfully captured the island. We'll give it a bit more time to faff about there. Cool, that means we can produce the bear. And we will build 2 of them, as we were planning. So just go over here. These are relatively... The problem now is more weight than it is money. We have more money than we can spend right now. But it's just about figuring out what we do actually want to put onto our carrier. I'll leave the barge with us for a second, because it's going to take a while for it to actually build these. Let's see if this thing is still struggling to its pickup. Yes, I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's do something else here. Send this over there for a second. Maybe we just move the seal, because clearly it's having trouble with picking it up in this specific location. Manual control. Don't know why. It seems pretty open to me here. Just leave it here. Don't know if that's any better. See if this is better. What is this 9 above it? I don't know what that means. Let's have a look at the camera here. You see, it's too bad because the AI does seem to get confused a lot, and this is the one thing that you can't do for it. I mean, not to say that I think this would be pretty hard to do, but I don't think there's any way to do the pickup yourself. Could be wrong about that. It seems to just be circling it. And ordinarily I would just send it back and not bother with this, but the problem is, yeah, it's just circling it for some reason. It's having trouble getting in close. Problem is, this is not a small island. It's actually going to take a long time. This is getting very close to the edges here. Those are the virus bots. Okay, so we're at least going to send it out into the water. How much fuel does this have left? About 50%. We bring this back. If we lose this seal, it's really not the end of the world. And but it's annoying me because it's I mean, let's just get it back to the ship like this. I mean, what's really going to happen now is, because we know this island's been captured, it's probably going to go for one of these 4 next. Well, one of these 5, because I guess it could take ours, but it could also take any one of these ones. Maybe it'll prioritize taking ours. And is this taking hits? No. And as soon as it takes one, we know it's going to be around that area, but we know it's around this area anyway. Like, it has to be headed in one of these directions. So I bet if we send up a Manta now, we're going to be able to see where it is, and from there we'll just need to figure out how we're going to take it out. But I'm going to end this episode here. There's a good chance that the next episode is going to be a very long one, and, you know, possibly also the last one, either because we're going to get taken out or the enemy carrier will. But as always, thanks for watching. If you do like this content, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next video.